Another Project Chronicle vlogger, Zachary, is doing a series of videos about life choices, and it made me think of a story from my own past. It's one of the moments that actually sticks in my mind when a concept really crystallized for me, and it was actually because of a pop song by a band called Counting Crows, which was popular a long time ago. But this was during a period of my life. I had gotten out of law school, and I'd entered law school thinking I would get some kind of a public interest type job. And while I was in law school, I sort of absorbed the worldviews of the people around me and decided I needed to work at a big, well-connected law firm representing big companies. One of our clients was an up-and-coming energy company called Enron, and that turned out really well. I was profoundly unhappy with it, and I wasn't really sure why I was so unhappy, because it was really what I was supposed to want. It was what everyone around me was doing, and I wondered what was wrong with me. And I was listening to a cassette tape. This is a really long time ago. This is like 1996. This is that long ago. But I was listening to a cassette tape of a Counting Crows album, and there's a song called "Raining in Baltimore," which is a very, very melancholy song. It just is all about regret and unmet needs and loneliness. And it spoke to me because I was in a very melancholy place, but there was a particular line that really hit me, just driving to work. And I'll play it for you a little bit so I can talk about it.
Get what you pay for, but I just had no intention of living this way.
That line about I had no intention of living this way, for some reason got through a lot of my confusion and made me really think about how had I ended up in this job, in this life. My annual review came shortly after that, and they were perfectly happy with my work, but they said I didn't seem to be bonding with the clients well enough. They would suggest you take up golf and you go golfing with the executives, and I don't golf unless there's a windmill involved. Kind of made it clear to me that this wasn't the path I should be on. The thing is, it's not so much that there's one right choice and you have to make it correctly or your whole life is ruined. Because when you see movies, people always have this big choice to make, and everything hinges on that one choice. It's not so much that. There are lots of options. There may be lots of paths that are all good for you, that any one of them would lead to a perfectly fine life. The important thing is to make the decisions on purpose, to live intentionally and deliberately. I'm actually quoting Thoreau there, who's, I guess, a better literary source than the Counting Crows. But you will feel better about choices that you make, that you own, than choices that you fall into because it's what's expected or what's been done before. You will feel better about your life looking back on it and looking forward to it if it's the result of conscious, thoughtful, mindful choices.